what she said? She said I was heaven. She didn't, she's a cunt, she called me man. You'll be old one day. Oh, you are, that's all that Botox. Hello everybody, how are we? Oh look, I'm so glad you can make it. Most of us are probably glad to be fucking breathing and having a night out. But let me give you a little bit of a history as to how tonight came about. I thought I was retired. I was sitting at home, winter time, bored shitless. Sorry? Yeah, shut your fucking old Diane. I'm the one that's earning the money at the moment. But, and I meant that in a caring issue. I said, like mother, like daughter. Welcome Marty's mother here. This is Diane. Diane, stand up, take a bow. That's enough. I don't want to get to use it. No, but as I said, I was sitting at home all winter. And I thought, oh, I need to do something. I need a project. I need something to focus on, something to get me interested out of the house. Well, a couple of hot days did that, and I thought, wouldn't it be nice to get all my friends together and let's have a special celebration? And I thought, I always remembered how fabulous New Year's Eve was. How many remember New Year's Eve at Pokies and at the Exchange, Three Faces? We used to have the buses going to different places. Now that we want buses, you can't fucking get one. But it's sad. But anyway, I thought, why not? 120 people, nice little group, have something to eat. Be very simple, won't be much of an effort. Well, I can tell you, I have been blessed. I have had the most brilliant team working with me. And as I introduce them to you, this is not necessarily in order of their contribution, because they have all been absolutely fabulous. And without them, and of course me, none of this would have fucking happened. They said I've got a good brand. Oh, no, look, firstly, years ago I used to have a DJ at the Union Hotel who was my DJ at Pokies, and his name was Hilda Hiscock. Unfortunately, he's no longer with us, but when he left, he was replaced with this gentleman, Mr. Kevin Atwood. You all remember Kevin? Kevin when John gave me the Exchange Hotel, a place on the gay mile. She used to do, oh, there you are, Tommy. I expect to see you in the corner. No, just originally he was going to occupy a little area. And don't you love the way he's got his own little palace, he's got his own little wall.
I got my UV shirt.
Yeah, well, we're seeing this shirt, but I mean, you know, you can apologise for a lot of things, but that's... We saw your husband over here, he's got one very similar. Did you buy them at the same place, did you?
Yeah,
Two for one? Timu. Sounds like a fucking Asian cow with some sort of mad cow's disease. No, but anyway, as I was saying, Kevin's used to drag queens, he survived Jan Hillier, he's almost survived me. As soon as Kevin heard about it, Kevin was straight on board, he's gone, this will be great. We need something, we need a reason to get out and about. And for those of you that sort of probably haven't followed me that much in the last couple of years, although I think most of you have, you will know that I'm very much in favour of gay people of a certain age being fucking recognised. Yes. And not being fucking ignored, overlooked, tolerated, told that we don't fucking belong. That's why God invented whatever it is with the computers, keeps those little cunts at home away from us. Talk about political correctness, and don't get me started because we'll be here most of the night, we'll miss the midnight call. But I think woke is a load of shit. It's censorship. How dare some snotty-nosed little fucking brat comes up to you and go, I didn't like what you said, I'm offended. Who fucking cares? Am I supposed to be frightened? Okay, you know what offends me? The fact that little cunts like you try to tell me how to act. I haven't been on this planet for 75 years to be a fucking pro now, or to have some snotty-nosed little brat try to tell me my history, and yet as soon as you point out to them where they're wrong, they turn nasty. That's when you know they're queens. So I thought, well, I've also been blessed because with Broadside, which was our previous group, I reconnected with a very good friend of mine who is an absolute genius at mixing all these songs together. His name is Mr. Rick McInerney. He's down the front. Please put your hands together. He's done a lot of the music for tonight's show. Rick, stand up. We know that you claim to be a Taurus, even though you're a Gemini, so I hope both of you enjoy all of this. And of course, My daughter Judy, well, you know, we come as a package. I prefer to think of her more as fucking luggage, but she comes as a package. And years ago I met a man who was actually a very nice, sweet Southern belle masquerading as a larger-than-life gentleman. His name's Mr. Shane, you're going to fucking kill me. He is the person responsible for all the fabulous artwork. This man is a genius because he agrees with what I said. Please stand up, Shane. Shane has been responsible for all those little small touches for tonight. I wanted to give you a night where you can actually walk into a place and go, wow, this is what we haven't had for years. It's nice to be valued and appreciated. Please let me know if you're enjoying yourself so far. Oh, thank Christ, I'm shooting myself out the back. I thought, no, don't quite see. But I mean, I went to a lot of different venues. The world's changed. Everything's so expensive. You know, I thought San Remo Ballroom, fabulous. Used to go to fancy balls here. This will be absolutely great. We'll go there. They wanted $180 per head. Before I'd blown up one fucking balloon, employed one drag queen, put one ad up. It was cheaper to go to Leonda. Except there's probably some Italian wedding going on that weekend anyway. But I tried to get into Almond Hall. Braille, yeah, I know I'm getting a bit blind. Yeah, no, Braille Hall, because I thought, we'll try and recreate venues that we've been to. I even tried to get Pokies, the showroom, but unfortunately they've got some bloody loud, noisy band performing. But hopefully next year I will start off earlier. But I wanted to get feedback from people too. I mean, I even went what a look at me, I'm so fabulous, I know everything. Well, you fucking don't. And I said, look, you know, I said, look, my name's Doug Lucas. When he didn't faint, I thought, oh, you must be from somewhere else, probably from Queensland. But I said, look, I'd really like to organise a night for some of my more refined friends, gentlemen and lady friends. We thought we might have a smart little soiree, you know, maybe a couple of appetizers, a smart meal. And he went, oh yes, how many people were you expecting? I said, oh, in the old days, 1,000, but I said half of those kicked the bucket anyway, or they're living in Bali, or they moved up to Queensland to warmer climates. Cheaper ones have moved to Melbourne. By the way, Dulcie, happy New Year, wherever you are. But they said, oh, that's all right. I said, so do you have a commercial kitchen? Exactly. What's that? And they said, no. I said, well, that's good. I can get caterers in. They said, now what was the number again? I said, well, I'm looking for 120, 130 people. And they said, oh, well, you'll need more than one bar staff. I said, oh, well, that's good. They said, well, it's going to cost you an extra $100 an hour. I said, it's going to fucking cost me $100 an hour for you serve drinks you make money on, and you're going to rip my fucking friends off. Go and get fucked. I said, this is absolutely ridiculous. I hate pointing out to you children that we were the ones that led the fucking way. No, I'm getting quite militant as I'm slowly coming to maturity. And I thought, I've never really been frightened to tell people what I think, and I think that we're all on the same wavelengths. We seem to have been following each other for years, and I've made a lot of lifetime friends that I've got here tonight. But I said, you people seem to forget, because you have such a fucking charmed life nowadays. You know, here you are, you're so woke, you can't use you can't buy fucking shoes, you can't have fairy penguins, because some little snot rag decided that it's offensive. I said, you know, offensive. I said, you know, and pronouns. I have a nurse, just for appearances, I'm really quite well, but she came, she had to fill in for something the other day, and she said to me, oh look, my name's such and such. She said, is there any pronoun I should use? And I said, yes, Doug will be fine, thank you. I said, I don't believe in all that bullshit. She said, oh, thank God. She said, look, I've got 3 children. She said, it's very hard to raise children nowadays. I said, well, that's your fault for being a breeder. But I said, look, you know, we did the miles. I said, myself and my fellow performers, we were out there when the AIDS crisis was on. We did charity shows, we raised money. We worked, we helped establish, oh, what's their name? They're in the past now. Wait a moment. It's coming back to me. Also, Great Promise, when you reach a certain age, and I think I've just passed it, we will have a lovely retirement village so you can sit around with your girlfriends and drink Mai Tais on your front veranda. They spend all the fucking money on phones, on flats. So, I mean, you do a show, they give you a little certificate thanking you. It was printed on fucking printers that we paid for, and it was probably sitting in someone's ensuite. But I said, look, it's, you know, we're not trying to say that you people owe us. I said, but it would be really nice to think that in our golden days, that there was a little bit of appreciation for what we've done. I know it means all of us in our own different ways, whether we've got families, we've been out there, we've shared grief, we know what life's about, we don't want much, but we want to be fucking treated as humans and not people to be discarded. So this is what I did tonight, and I'm sorry to do a rave, but I didn't have any jokes. But I mean, whoa. No. And is anybody here offended? Oh, fuck, I was hoping we were going to have a bit of blood sport for a moment. No, but like I said, but terminology's like, you can't have fairy penguins. Well, I'm sure there's gay penguins in the world, and we don't own the name. Exactly. Fairies. But they like the word queer. We're queer. Well, when they started Lost Gay Melbourne, and I don't want to tell you history, but some of you are probably on drugs and your mind's a bit fucking wrong. But they were going to call it Lost Queer Melbourne. I said, what? Exactly. I was shocked. I said, you're going to call it what? You won't have anybody joining up. I said, because it's offensive. Oh yes, but if you use the power of the word, it loses its impact. Well, those going to get fucked. Oh, well, let's see how they like it. Anyway, listen, I didn't come here to preach. I actually came to tell you, tonight is what I'm calling the litmus test. I decided that besides the fact that it's really nice for us to get and have our friends, I've had the best time getting this together. I've met wonderful people. Been very... Where's that coming from? Wow. I just might go down and freak those bastards out. No, but as I said, this was going to be the litmus test just to make sure that we're all on the same wavelength. Obviously, we love going out, we love having a good time. There's quite a few people here tonight that have travelled. We've had friends from Adelaide. I've got my former stage manager, Mr. NYE, who's here. So put your hands together. Alan worked for me for Hoagies for very many years. And surprise, surprise, how many remember a shop that was called It's My World? Brett and Rick are here tonight. They never did stand up. Stand up, guys. Make yourselves see. I was actually hoping to have a special table of all the community workers. People like Colin Chrysler, who very deservedly got a federal award. Unfortunately, Colin's a person that turned into a pumpkin very early New Year's Eve. I tried to get Melissa from Positive Living. I tried to get quite a few people that do community work because I wanted them to be our special guests tonight. I wanted them to sit back so that we can all show them how much we appreciate all the work that they do for our community. But I've decided, as I said, I'm raving. I thought they were going to say this is time to move on. Sorry, my show. No, but I wanted to know whether you wanted me to continue on doing a thing like I did with Broadside, only with ICONIQUE, where I organise an afternoon, say the last Sunday of every month, to get together, or whether you'd like Shane and the group that I've worked with to maybe put a couple of big venues up, maybe 3 or 4 a show, like Queen's Birthday Weekend, Cup Day, New Year's Day. Let me know, I'd love your feedback.
Folks, now here's a story about Minnie the Moocher. She was a red-hot hoochie coocher. She was the roughest, toughest frail, but Minnie had a heart as big as a hay whale. Howdy, howdy, ho. Howdy, howdy, ho.